it's a dummy page. Yeah, Patricia, are you still there? Because that profile looks like it was just made. Girl, stop trolling. Everybody said that.
Yeah.
It was fresh and it's not.
She's not the first one. Won't be the last.
Like, I don't think people understand. I don't care how many people talk about me and call me a scammer because they don't know me. I don't think they understand how many supporters I really have. And I don't mean just financially.
Who's your biggest supporter?
I'm talking about you. I'm talking about moral support. I got people messaging me, you know, like some of you guys are thinking you're trying to take that away from me, and you're not. You're actually like bringing us closer together because people are actually sending me screenshots of people threatening them to donate to me. And that's diabolical. Oh, Patricia's here. You talk about what you had at 18, but what do you have now?
That's who messed up. Her name is Abigail. Her real name?
No, it says...
She liked it.
No, it says such and such liked your post, which means somebody that she knew liked the post.
Yeah.
But they said it was just
the profile picture.
Okay.
But the person that liked it, same girl in the picture. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I don't know. You talk about what you had at 18, what do you have now? I can tell you that I've been through life. I very well have been through life. I have had multiple places. I have lost storage units. I've been through life. It's not about what I have now, it's about what I'm doing to get what I need. And I wasn't trying to be sarcastic, I was just saying.
Talk about she showered in my hotel room while I chilled outside. What the fuck?
I know that's a lie.
Oh, shit.
Okay, Patricia, I'm gonna go ahead and let you in. But yet, you comment your stuff publicly. She just wants to fit in. It's okay. You just want to be known to be with a scammer, supposedly. Angel said the first picture she ever posted was 4 hours ago.
It's not even me.
But the crazy part is there are personal people that are not after us, but that are trolling us too. Yes, this was about me and Patricia. Let me go ahead and yes, you guys are right. I apologize. I got caught up with all of the tea that this girl supposedly had. I don't know. Oops. Somebody sent me a rose. One rose. Like, I got 100 people in here. Really? Like, I'm not complaining or anything, but like, if you went in my gallery, it would be nice to, you know, send something. When was the last time you guys were financially stable? We moved out July 31st, right?
Yeah, we were financially stable until then, until that lady started upping us $1,800 a rent.
So about 6 months ago, we were financially stable for a year. We were paying in an escrow account. But anyways, I'm not going to. It is rude. Just work over your money. You know, what really gets me, I'm not stalling, but what really gets me is how you guys think that you're just gonna tell me what to do, and I'm supposed to bend backwards for you.
Y'all don't know Stephanie. They don't know Stephanie.
Hey, they lucky I even went back on live tonight, because I sure the heck wasn't about to go back on live.
Hard-headed in a rock, I promise you.
I told him, I said 2 things about me. I'm stubborn and I don't give up.
Because she's an Aries. Crazy.
You promised us. I know. And I was just messing with you guys. So let me go ahead and invite her, because I sincerely would love to talk to Patricia, and you please don't put your 2 cents.
I was going to tell them to be nice.
Yes, and when I invite Patricia,
y'all be nice.
I would appreciate it if you guys not only were respectful, but positive, and do not message her any
harass her.
Yeah, don't harass her. I mean, if you message her because, like, you know, whatever, but do not harass her.
People have been bullying our supporters.
Because that's not right. Yeah, I'm tired. Okay, so I've invited you, Pete. I know, I'm sorry. When you got younger kids, it just never ends. Anyhow, would you like to go ahead and start it off, or would you like for me to start it off? And I'm all facts. Oh, okay, so you're on video. Can I make it bigger? I don't know. Expand.
I don't know.
Unless and then now I see you. Okay. Well, either way, it doesn't really matter. Okay, I'm new to this stuff, because I mean, I'm not internet savvy. Hold on 1 second. I am trying to. What the heck? I was trying to make it smaller. Well, I was trying to make it bigger, but I'm trying to make it smaller. Jeez. I've never even had an iPhone. I'm afraid of having an iPhone. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I found it. Yeah, I already know. Okay. So, hey Patricia. I'm Stephanie. Obviously, you've seen me plenty of times, and you've heard a lot of things about me. I do remember when you first came into my life. I needed a ride to the food pantry, and I needed gas money, and you donated $20. And I didn't realize that you donated the $20. I ended up getting a bonus from work. So you had mentioned, well, since you didn't need the $20, donate it to somebody else. Me and my defensive self, I kind of took it the wrong way and felt like you were being disrespectful. Don't take it the wrong way. I'm just being honest how I felt. I'm very defensive. And that's things that I need to take care of. However, of that fiasco, I blocked you because you and I got into it. So if I forget anything, remind me, because
Well, we didn't really get into it. I think he just got upset and took things the wrong way and blocked me.
I tried. I misconstrued. I made it what it wasn't. You know what I mean? It was more than what I. and Patricia did. And you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I should have never took the money. I should have never took your money. Not, I'm talking about like for the bank and the loan. I should have never took that because unless, you know, I explained to you, hey, I'm getting it on this day. However, it might take a little bit longer or such and such. I didn't communicate that with you, and that's my fault. However, I know it took me, I think it took me a couple of days. I really do. I do a lot. And it's not an excuse. I really do. And I did reach out back to you, and I said I would get it to you as soon as I could. And I think it was Tuesday because Monday everything was shut down for President's Day or something like that, or Martin Luther King Day. I don't know. Don't quote me on that, please, because people will take it the wrong way. So I had every intention to give it back to you. Now, I shut my pages down on Tuesday for personal reasons. It had nothing to do with you. But so many people took it out of content. Huh? Oh, shit. I think so. I just lost my train of thought. So, I'm trying to think. Okay, so I misconstrued. I thought that you were coming after me. Not coming after me, but being sarcastic. Okay, we talked about the loan. That's what it was, the loan. Okay, now I'm back. Okay, I took down my page, and people started jumping conclusions. Automatically, everybody's like, so she's not paying Patricia back. Oh my God, is she gonna pay Patricia back? Oh my God, because I'm not gonna lie, I do sit back and watch everything. I watch everybody and everything. I have to. I mean, I have to defend myself. You know what I mean? That's the one thing I can't stand is when people lie on me, because I tell the truth. I even admit it when I was wrong, you know, and people that are really like liars and stuff like that, they don't tell the truth about themselves. I know from first experience that you can never get a liar to tell on themselves. I have a conscience and I have a good heart, you know, so I felt horrible. However, I didn't even make it that far. Like, I ended up going to the bank and stuff, and I got all these messages and this and that. Now, I hate to put Earl/Shirley out there because I don't talk about people like that. I try my hardest not to. But we talked for like 4 hours. And I'm being honest, word for word. She said, because I said, I wanted to apologize to you. She said, no, don't apologize to anybody. I said, I wanted to apologize to Hannah. She said, no, don't apologize to Hannah. Which is why, I don't know why Hannah thinks I blocked her. I didn't block her. I was waiting for her response. I apologize because I'm the bigger person. That's just who I am. You know,
do you personally know that lady Shirley Earl or whatever it is?
No, I do not.
Why would you listen to somebody that you don't really know? I mean,
well, that's what I was trying to get to. It wasn't that I was listening to her. It was more or less, okay, she said, I'm just saying what she said. Okay, and then I'll tell you, you know, what I decided to do. She said, don't apologize to anybody, don't apologize to Hannah. She said, don't contact Patricia, let her be. She got her money back plus more, and she's been getting donations off of her list. Don't contact her. So I'm taking this in, this information, and because I don't trust anybody, I'm gonna hear you out, but I still have my, and then she says, don't apologize to Hannah because I wasn't wrong. And I did go to your page, and you can even ask Renzi. I was in awe that I saw people donating from your wish list.
Yeah, something good came out of something bad.
I'm sorry.
I said something good came out of something bad, really.
It did. And you know, things happen for a reason. We've talked before, and you know, people misconstrue things a lot, and everybody was like so pressed because I locked my pages down that I wasn't gonna pay back. My messengers weren't locked down. My messengers were open, but I should have, you know, I should have did the right thing and still gave you the money back. And instead, I always do that. Sometimes I go on my second intuition. You know, I never follow my first intuition, my first gut intuition. And I looked and I said, she's blessed, you know, and I said, well, I'll let her be. I took it that way with Shirley because it wasn't like, leave her alone, you know, you don't talk to her. It was kind of like, she's got it going on, she's getting what she needs, just let her be. But then she also said, shut your page down, don't open them up for a while. She's trying to give me suggestions, okay? Thank you so much for the heart. I don't know if that was...
She might be sabotaging you, though. She made you look worse, to be honest with you. That's what she did.
Right. That's what I'm getting to. So, hi, honey. So, she says, don't get on your pages. She said, don't comment on anybody's page. Just lay back. And I'm like, that's what they want. They want me to, people are going to think that I'm hiding, thinking that this is going to go away and that I was going to come back out like nothing happened. No, heck no. I don't hide from anything, you know. And it did take me a couple of days to think about it, and it started dawning to me, and that's why I talked about it in my live about her. I'm sorry, Shirley, Earl, I'm sorry, but I just, your advice was like the greatest advice ever. And
I don't believe that, because all she did was make you look bad, you know. And
that's what I noticed. I was like, wait a minute, she's telling me not to do this because she wants people to say, oh, see, I told you, she's hiding out. She's, you know. No, I am not the person that people think I am. Like, it is what it is. But you know,
why did you think I'd set you up? You said something about setting you up. Why would you think I would set you up?
The only reason why I said that was because, okay, so you had said, hey, I'll loan you the X amount of dollars. And I did, I needed an X amount of extra dollars. And I say X amount because it's late, I'm tired. I think it was 90 altogether, 92. You had said, hey, if I loan you this and you give this back to me, we can show everybody that, you know, you're a good person, you know.
You're a woman of your word. That's what I said. It would show them.
Okay, right. And then I was like, but after not being able to go to the bank and stuff, everybody started talking and saying stuff. And I'm like, so I started feeling like, oh, they knew something was going to happen, and they knew this, and they knew she wasn't going to pay her back.
Yeah, I tell you,
and, you know,
I didn't know nothing about all these groups until I watched the live where you said, type in your name and don't click on your picture and see what pops up. And when I did that, I was amazed what I saw. I mean, I couldn't believe all the things that I saw. I mean, some of them were hating pages. Some of them are pages where they're trying to, you know, warn people about stuff. And, you know, it ain't just about you. It's about other people, too. But, you know, like when I started seeing where you started saying things I didn't understand. Like I set you up and you thought because I was on one of them pages, you can, any of them pages, I don't follow none of them pages. You was the only
I didn't
person I
know who
followed.
anybody was. That was the scary part. I didn't know who anybody was, and that's what I was scared, So I didn't know, I don't know you. You know what I mean? So I don't even know what type of person you are. I shouldn't have judged you in the first place.
You should have been
But
able to tell I was a good person because I was already donating to you before I
I
even
know.
lent you the money.
Correct.
And whoever
Correct.
this person is that gave you advice, they gave you some bad advice because all it did was cause everybody to come after you, after they found out. I sat back. I mean, I called you, not called you, but I messaged you on that Friday after you were supposed to go to bank. You contacted me back and told me what had happened. You left your license at the hotel. Um, and I even
Oh,
said, "Look, I don't want nobody to know. Just say that you were supposed to pay me tomorrow, because I didn't want backlash for me, and I didn't want backlash for you, and I knew that's what was going to happen. So I said, if anybody asks, you're supposed to pay me Saturday, and you told me your father-in-law was going to take you Saturday.
right.
I waited, and I didn't hear back from you Saturday, so I sent you a message saying, what's going on. It seems like after Saturday, you just kind of avoided me. And I found out through Facebook that you was going to go to the bank Tuesday because it was a holiday that Monday. And so I just kind of sitting back, watching by listening to what was going on Facebook because you wasn't getting back in touch with me. But, when you finally did, things started going up on the internet, like saying I set you up, I was bullying you and threatening you. I wouldn't treat nobody like that. I'm not that kind of person. I gave to you out of my heart. If I had the money, I would have gave that to you, but I didn't have the extra money. That's why I saw you asking about making a loan. So I said, I'll loan it to you. you know, and I thought it would help you if you paid me back like you said you would, that, all the people that was hating on you, that it would help you in the long run. But
And
then,
I appreciate that because you really were trying to help me in the long run. And I messed that up. But people, they were banking on it. But I don't care what people were banking on. I was wrong for not contacting you. Now, I'm not making excuses, but even my best friend could tell you, I get in these phases where I get depressed and stuff, and I just don't talk to anybody. Or when I do post on social media, sometimes they're scheduled, or I post because I have to keep posting because it keeps my momentum up. And I didn't know what else to say to you because I kept telling you I was going to give it to you, and I felt bad because you had helped me,
I guess
and
what
everybody.
made me, at first, I guess my feelings were hurt, I guess you can say, at first. And then it went from my feelings got hurt to, when you started saying things that wasn't true, like I was bullying you, I was threatening you. I mean, I didn't even want to pull out our conversation that we had, and just to prove that I wasn't that type of person, because
Yeah, and no, and
it's just like
that
you
was.
made my character bad, you made me look bad, and I didn't understand
I
why you was doing it.
apologize. I took it as you were like, I don't care if they gave me the money. I want the money back from you. And I said, well, I'll pay the people back that gave you the money. And you're like, it's not about that.
Well, I
I
felt
want to pay the
uncomfortable
people.
giving you other people's personal business. It's other
Oh,
people's
no.
personal
No,
business.
I understand that now. But I mean, then, like I said, I have ADHD. Sometimes I think on impulse. I don't think,
And
sometimes.
every person that did give me something, they didn't say they was giving it to me to pay me for for you. It was all donations. This is a gift for you. It was donations. I
Well,
turned around and took that money that people gave me that I supposed to have been using for my LGD, and I turned around and used it and paid it forward to help the houseless. That's just the kind of person I am. And wanted you to really be a woman of your word. So that's why I kept on saying, I want you to pay me back. You borrowed it from me. These people didn't pay me back. You needed to pay me back, you know. And,
Understood.
you know, I would have gave you time. I understand things happen. I would have gave you time, but you needed to talk with me, you know, not avoid me. You should have talked with me and just not said things that wasn't true, you know,
You're
because it
right
made me look
because
bad.
you're right because I felt like when I said bullying and stuff, I'm not kidding you. I had numerous people, you know, of course because I haven't talked to you, but when you have numerous people coming after you, are you gonna pay P? Are you gonna do this? Are you gonna do that? Like, I already got mental health problems. You know, I was wrong for, you know, not contacting you and stuff, but I just didn't feel it was right that I had like 20 different people on all ends talking
Yeah,
about it.
it's
So
them doing that to you, though. It wasn't me doing that to you. It was them doing
no,
that to you.
no, it was right. And here's and another thing, you just got caught. You got in the middle. Not your fault. Not you just got in the middle of something that heck I didn't even know was going on. This is personal. It's a personal vendetta that somebody has out on me. It happened back in June. She is local to me. I talked about it before. I really can't talk too much, but she's been stalking and harassing me since June. She has messaged all my doing the same stuff that's happening now that they were doing, like messaging my mom and all that. That's what they were doing. That's what they were doing then. She was messaging my mom. I know she messaged my best friend because my best friend reached out to me. I didn't even know the lady I only knew her by her nickname. I didn't know her by her whole name, you know. So I'm like, I don't know you, like, you know. So whatever. And I told my best friend, I'm like, just block her. I don't know the lady, you know. And then a message came up and she said her nickname, and so it dawned on me. And I'm like, oh, okay. And yes, I don't care if people believe it or not, because I'll probably never see any of these people ever a day in my life. She accidentally, as she says, sent me $70 on Cash App, okay? I'd had no problem paying her back for it. I didn't know at first, okay? We were still in our trailer. I was packing, we were moving in a month. I had a lot of stuff going on. I thought I had some extra money in there. When I finally did see who it was, I saw her picture and I recognized her. At that point, we were homeless. And I didn't reach out to her, and I probably should have, you know. And then when I started asking for help, like the week of November, that's when everything started crumbling. And like, even like another group was saying, like, some of these pages aren't even awareness pages, they're just like hate pages, like something's not right. And I'm not behind any of those pages. I have 2 pages that I was trying to do something with, and I just used I want to know what's going on, you know. But I don't run any pages, any scammer pages, any of that other stuff. You know, what I show is what I have, you know. And but I lost my train of thought. Oh, they were saying how things were kind of getting out of hand, and they were contacting my mom. I had been in no contact with my mom for 2 years, and I did break contact, and I've been talking to her a little bit here and there. I don't know, maybe a blessing in disguise, but I'm not healed. I'm healing, you know. And people, whatever, it's the internet, like, whatever. But more of the story is, you know, I can be vulnerable at times. and manipulated. And sometimes, like I said, it takes me time, like with my ADHD and stuff, sometimes it takes me time to actually realize what is going on. And that's what happened with the Earl and Shirley part, was I was like, wait a minute. I'm like, because, I talked to Renzi about stuff, and I'm like, to get his opinion, and I said, wait a minute, she don't want me. I said, but I'm seeing messages that people are like, watch, she's not gonna get on, and she's just gonna disappear and come back, whatever, or whatever. It's kiddie stuff, honestly. Like, the stuff that these kids do these days, or people my age. I mean, I'll be 38 in a couple weeks. I'm old school, okay? And when I say old school, like, I write everything on paper. I have a laptop and a printer, but I don't use my calendar on my phone much. I still use a regular, whatever. And so I wasn't really internet savvy, and I'm self-taught, so I learned on my own. I was appalled when I found out from some people how many troll pages people can make off of a page, and how people are professionals at this, and whatever, which has nothing to do with this. Well, it kind of does, but more of the story is there should have been more communication, and I should have communicated with you and kept it between us. But I understand you sharing it, and
I had to share it. I mean, I had no other choice because people were coming at me like I was doing something wrong.
And
I mean, I didn't want to do that, but I had to. Because I knew that it would hurt you, and mainly, I'm not looking at what it hurt you. It's hurting your kids, and when it comes to kids, it's just I got a real soft spot in my heart for kids. But
I was one of those kids. We were lucky with
the
house.
You're younger than my own daughters. I have daughters that were older than you, so I kind of look at you like a daughter. Even though you're not my daughter, you're age of my daughter. And then I looked at your kids, and I work with the homeless, so I didn't want to see your kids put out on the street. And then when we done a live, and then I tried to talk to you, I know everybody kept on saying stuff, and it was upsetting you. And when I started saying stuff, it got you upset, and then you just blocked me, But you should have been ignoring everybody else. You should have just concentrated on our conversation,
Correct. And like I said, I acted on impulse, and which is why I knew who you were when you came on the page. I don't know why or how, but I knew who you were when you. Well,
I didn't hide it because I put it on the other page because I just didn't. I felt like I didn't want to be sneaky about it. I wanted you to know it was me. I didn't want to be blocked, but I wanted you to know it was me.
Why couldn't you get? I'm busy. I'm sorry. I missed the last part.
I said I put it on other pages because I know that you look around on other pages just like I look around on other pages.
And see, here's the thing. Back to you saying that you had to tell them. Well, in the beginning, when people were helping me donate, and this even happened recently, people were contacting people that were donating to me. Recently, they contacted her children and her grandchildren, threatened her life, and to not help me because I was a scammer.
Yeah, nobody's not going to tell me what to do. I make my own decisions. Right. So anybody try to contact me and tell me, I ain't listening to nobody. So
right. I mean, it's the internet. I'm not going to see these people a day in my life, But the moral of the story is I think it all originated from the lady I was talking about, and what she did was spread out a bunch of hate about me, and everybody was just like, oh, we got somebody to talk about. So, and my image gets people. I don't have any teeth. I live in a hotel. So what else better to talk about, And it got out of control before I knew it, and then I made an earnings from it, and they got even more mad. And then I was just like, well, when do you want me to make an earnings? I need help, supplementing my income. When you want me to make earnings? And so they were boycotting, and they didn't want to support me and stuff. But sincerely, like, I was trying to get, even though best friends, whatever, I was trying to get somebody on here to tell people who I am. I don't have to prove myself to nobody, but I am not who any of these people say I am. I'm not. Yes, I take prescription medication. Yes, I take nighttime meds. What are nighttime meds? Meds that make you sleepy. Okay, I take them ahead of time because then I don't get up in the morning sometimes on time, And people take things out of content, Have we been struggling? Yes, we have been struggling. There has been factors because of that. We've stuck together. Renzi and I have stuck together. We make sure our kids have everything and anything. I even reach out to the school social worker and get them clothes and stuff if they need it, or whatever, if I can, for some, unfortunately there is no housing, there's no help, even CPS told me, and that was another issue. Not only CPS came out the first time, she said she had 5 reports submitted to their office, okay, and she ended up closing it, and I have a message for that, but it's like, I don't need to prove stuff to anybody. But anyways, so Saturday, I think it was Saturday, the supervisor comes out. Okay, so she asked me questions. I let her take pictures of everything, running water, food, beds, whatever. And case manager came out today because she said she would be, and she said she's just going to close the case. And then, but the supervisor did say that whoever's been making these complaints, whether it's online, because you can do an online tip, they could be prosecuted.
They'll find out, yeah.
Because, my kids are already traumatized. And people are saying it's my fault because I put them on the internet. Not really. I don't exploit my kids on the internet. I'm just a normal mother that likes to share things about my family sometimes. And when the whole precinct came to my room, it was like 20 cops and like 10 cop cars. I was appalled. It was like the 4th time the police had been called. And he was like, by the way, they're trying to say you're defrauding old people. But I knew that I figured out who it was. So I did take it to the authorities. I made a plea. I am pressing charges, and there's going to be a hearing for a restraining order that I filed. And so a lot of people don't know.
It's a personal vendetta.
They don't know what's going on. Like, this is actually bigger than what people think it is. And like, people think it's a game. Oh, she's just doing this. She's just saying that. Like, I'm being sincere.
You need to stop letting people push your buttons, really.
And yeah.
This is your page. How you act, you're representing your page. And when people get you riled up and then get you upset, and it makes you somebody that you don't want people to think that you are.
They're able to control me. And, Renzi tells me, and see, I always had, a charger before this dies. Renzi has always told me that I'm easily defensive, and I know it's from childhood, because my mom always accused me of everything, and I took care of her kids. Long story short, she accused me of everything, and none of it was true. But I always had to be defensive, or my little brothers would lie on me and stuff. I was a scapegoat. And it's just something that I never got out of. As you can see, I do get defensive. But then I have my moments where, like when I cut my mom off, she was my trigger. And it was one of the best things I ever did because it gave me peace, you know, and
But I think if something honestly ever happens to your mom, it's gonna affect you in a bad way. You'll be thinking of the times that you didn't forgive her. You know, nobody's perfect. Nobody, a parent, I ain't never seen a perfect parent. I ain't a perfect parent. You ain't a perfect parent. Your mom ain't a perfect. Sometimes you got to forgive your parents. You got to try to break the cycle from your childhood so
right,
you don't
if I can't
continue
break
the
it for
cycle.
myself, I'm gonna break it for my kids.
Yeah,
You
it needs to
know.
be broken.
So I did. I broke contact with my mom. A little bit prior to that, I went no contact with my oldest brother and sister, who are also deaf. They are more or less like my mom's monkeys or whatever. Like, they go back and tell her everything and all this. But I'm very close to them. There's 7 of us, and we're the first 3, but the oldest 2 are deaf. I was put in a position. I was parentified. I
If I can't use my phone, man, speaking of that.
okay, so I started talking to my brother, and just here and there, and it really helped. I didn't talk to my mom. I broke contact with my mom because I saw somebody was contacting my mom. My mom's deaf. She doesn't always understand things like that we talk about. You know what I mean? So I reached out to her, and it was, whatever. She'll send me pictures and stuff. So we're starting, and I also I blocked my sister. She's my oldest sister. I went and unblocked her on all social media sites. I unblocked her. I unblocked my mom. I unblocked, my brother, and because it's only the right thing to do.
Yeah, you got to forgive. I mean, you can't keep hate. Hate will eat you up. Can't keep hate in your
It
heart.
will. And you know what? And I think that's why I'm so tired now, because in my 20s, I was a monster. Like, not a monster, but more or less like I was Superwoman. You couldn't tell me anything, and I did everything. Sorry, my lips are dry. Hey, not having any teeth, unfortunately, that happens. But that was also another problem I had. But I got other stuff going on in my own life. But main thing I was trying to get to was that I cut them off for the toxicity. And when the stuff started coming up on the internet, I was cool. And then it got worse, and then it got worse, and then it got worse. And I'm already an emotional person, but people take advantage of that. And I'm even emotional to where I get really mad and I'll cry. So people are taking advantage of that, and I realize that, and they're just trying to get my goat and this and that. So that's why I shut my pages down. I had to take a break. I had to figure out what was going on. So I could make the police report, the restraining order. But we're talking about my kids. People are taking video footage of our hotel. They are calling the hotel clerk. They're harassing her. It's bad, and they're doxing. Even the one lady, BC, whatever. She's got my hotel address on her page, and my in-laws' house and address on her page. For what? What is wrong with you people? Do you think?
My parents, I tell you that right now.
Oh yeah, no, I know for a fact. I don't believe that at all. I screenshot it if you were talking about me. talking about BC. Yes, I screenshotted, of course. I mean, I've been through things that where I know, like, you learn from every experience. But why are you posting my in-laws? They're 76 years old, and then people are lying, saying I don't have my kids, and then saying I don't have custody of my kids, and I'm just like, I can't do it. These people about to drive me crazy because I don't do the internet thing. I mean, I was born in '88, when there was a problem at school, we took care of it. We didn't go on the internet, But long story short, I don't want to, elaborate because I do tend to do that. But I also, I would like to message you so we can talk about the money, if that's okay with you.
Yeah. I just mainly want, to let the people know that I haven't been mean to you. I haven't done nothing to you. I've been really good to you. I mean, my opinion. Like I said, lately it started out first I was kind of
I
hurt,
did get
disappointed.
sarcastic and stuff.
Then I got mad, and then I got a little bit more mad when I started seeing you posting different things that wasn't true, and I felt like I had to prove something, and I don't like having to prove something, And then it went from madness to comical. It's been comical, really, to me lately. Honestly,
I
I've been
swear,
getting on these different groups, seeing things, and it's just
me
been.
and me and Renzi will laugh. I'll see like photos of us. I'll be laughing. I seen the one where Renzi's in the little car, or I'm in the car, and he's in the little car. I about lost it. I thought it was hilarious. Myself. It's about us. That's fine. But there's a line that you don't cross. You know what I mean? Like, why can't we just do it on the internet? Why do you have to affect our lives? So sorry to cut you off, but yes.
Like I said, I just want you to pretty much let the people know, I haven't been doing anything to you. I haven't set
No,
you
you
up. I haven't lied on you. I haven't done nothing. I just been pretty much sitting back, waiting for you to get in touch with me. And when I thought,
I think I took it personal that we would talk and you would go straight to everybody else and give them the messages and come straight back and forth. No offense, I'm just saying.
we wasn't talking.
I'm sorry.
We wasn't talking. That's what I was saying. I was messaging you, but you wasn't responding to me. And the only thing I was seeing is what you was putting out on the internet. And so I felt like,
Well,
I had to prove that I wasn't doing this or I wasn't doing that.
Understood. And like I said, things get misconstrued. I'm a sign language interpreter. I interpret not only with my hands, but I interpret with your expressions, how you act, your emotions, your body movements and stuff like that. So when you're